What's up, guys? It's your boy Nathan Vasa back at it again with another video. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. This is my third time making this video because I felt like I took too long making this video, and I was also stuttering a lot, so your support would really mean a lot. Anyway, today we're ranking Batman films. Real quick, before the video begins, I'm not a fan of this overall setup I have going on with the computer and this little webcam, as you can see right here. I'm not a fan of it. I don't have anything else, so this might be my last ever computer video until my setup and everything gets a lot better. But until then, this is what I got going on. And yeah, and because of that, you guys also might have to turn your volume up because these videos usually aren't that loud anyway. So yeah, I'm just giving you guys a heads up. And another thing too is also, where is Batman Mask of the Phantasm and Batman Under the Red Hood, bro? Anyone that's watched those films knows that not only are those S tier, but they are so good, bro. You can't call yourself a Batman fan if you hadn't watched those films. But anyway, let's get into it. 89 Batman. This is going A tier. This isn't going S tier for the simple fact there are two things I really dislike about it. I don't like how Joker is Batman's killer in this film, and I don't like how Batman kills in this film. Like, for a Batman film that comes off as super comic accurate, it just threw me off, like how those two major details they just kind of skipped over. But besides that, I feel like Tim Burton had an overall good consensus of what Batman should have been. And this is a really classic film. Like, this is usually the best Batman film out of all of these to come out in the 90s. So Batman 89 is going at A tier. Batman Forever, it's a good film, but I'm going to put it at B tier. It suffers the same stuff as the first one. This film's obviously iconic with Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman and Danny DeVito as the Penguin. But overall, I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan of this one. It's still good, though. These two films, though, y'all already know. Y'all already know. You guys thought the thumbnail, I was trolling with the thumbnail. It was clickbait, bro. It was clickbait. I wouldn't even put these two in S tier as a joke, bro. These two are disgraceful. I don't understand. The allure of the first two films was that it was dark, it's gritty. It overall got the consensus of what Batman as a character should have been. And then these two films, they just come off as very, like, jokey and very, like, weird. It just doesn't make it no sense. Like, it was just so much lighter in tone. I don't know what Joel Schumacher was thinking, bro. Like, why they changed the director, I have no idea. The only reason I'm putting Batman Forever above Batman and Robin, this film, nothing's good about it, bro. I don't know how they got Arnold Schwarzenegger to play Mr. Freeze and George Clooney to play Batman, and it still was terrible. But Batman Forever is above it just for the simple fact that I don't hate Val Kilmer as Batman. I think if you put him in with a better script, he would have been alright. He would have been alright, but the film in general is terrible. This one, I don't need to explain where this is going. Come on now. Do I really need to explain? This is the one of the best superhero origin stories ever. Batman Begins. This one again. Do I really need to explain why The Dark Knight is going in S tier? This is not even one of the best comic. This is one of the greatest movies ever, bro. Obviously, this is going in S tier. Dark Knight Rises, this is where things might get a bit controversial, but screw it. I think this is A tier. Um, I back then I would have put this at S tier, but I just feel like this film was not supposed to be the conclusion we were gonna get. It's still a really good conclusion, but when you think about like what the Dark Knight set up, it just makes no, like, I don't know. It just feels weird watching this film. Like, this works good as a standalone film, like Batman's Last Ride, but when you watch like the whole trilogy and like what is leading up to it, just kind of doesn't feel as great in my opinion. It's still an amazing film. I love this film, bro. Bane is one of my favorite villains because of this film. But yeah, I'll just put it at A tier. Still really good. It's better than 89 Batman in my opinion. Batman vs Superman is so mid, bro. So mid. I know the director's cut. The director's cut doesn't change anything, bro. This is just a mid film in general. The plot makes no sense. But I did really like what they did with Batman here. But in terms of a movie, this plot makes no sense, bro. Superman has super hearing and super speed. He couldn't have saved his mother when Lex Luthor kidnapped him. He didn't know his mother was getting kidnapped. Is he stupid in this film? So he has to fight Batman, almost die, and then die against Doomsday. It just makes no sense, bro. And I get like it's plot armor, like you need that for a film, but it's just so stupid, man. This one's going in D tier, bro. This is worse than. I don't really care to rank these two, bro. I don't really care. It's either or. This is terrible. Honestly, when the first Justice League came out, I didn't mind it that much. I think a lot of people didn't mind it that much, but as time went on, as it aged poorly, bro. Like they try to make it as Avengers esque as possible. They were cracking jokes and it just made no sense, bro. I didn't like this film. This is gonna be a hot take though. This is going all the way up in A tier. The Lego Batman film. This film is so good. Out of every single Batman film, this understands the dynamic between Batman and Joker better than any of these Batman films, bro. It's crazy. Obviously, it's not going to be as scary or as dark as the others. It's a kids movie, but dude, this film is so good, bro. It's ridiculously good, man. It understands the characters well enough for even the casual audience to understand, and it just does things that you wouldn't think of when it comes to a Batman film. I really like this film. I really wish you got a sequel to it. I don't know like what the deal with the Lego rights are, but if they ever make a sequel, you already know I'm gonna watch that, bro. I love that film. The Snyder Justice League. This is going in. You know what? I'm gonna move the first one down, and then I'm gonna move this one into F tier. That makes sense. So the Zack Snyder Justice League is going to be in C tier. It was a good film. I just felt like they could have streamlined it a bit better. I watched this all in one sitting, and it felt like a Flash film at some points. It felt like a Cyborg film. It felt like Aquaman film. I feel like structurally, I know I complained that this was more like an Avengers movie, but this right here, like it just, I'm sorry, like it just kind of felt like it was setting up too much while also trying to make us care for the characters. It just made no sense. Like, why not just have this film come out so much later and build a structured universe for these characters? But I digress. This is still a good film. This is way better than this piece of trash right here. So, Zack Snyder's Justice League, this is C tier, and Justice League is F tier. Zack Snyder in general, he doesn't come off as someone that really understood what the DC characters were meant to represent. But this is probably his second best film. His first best film was Man of Steel. And even then, I don't consider that to be the definitive version of Superman. But we'll get into that. This is going to be the hottest take of the video, bro. This is going to be the hottest take. Batman 2022, the most recent Batman film, is the greatest Batman film of all time, bro. That might be a bold take, but I don't care what people say. This is the greatest Batman film of all time. This is better than The Dark Knight. Reason being is because it's the most comic accurate Batman we've seen. It's the most comic accurate Gotham we've seen. And literally, like, name a flaw with this movie, bro. Name a flaw. This is the most detective based Batman film we've ever gotten. The action, I guess, it's not as prominent as the others, but it really didn't need that much. Like overall, like this to me is the perfect Batman film, bro. I don't care. And the Riddler is awesome in this film. I really like the Riddler in this one too. Playing the Arkham games, and I will stream the Arkham games at some point, definitely this year. But playing the Arkham games, I hated the Riddler, bro. And the Riddler in here, he's awesome in this, bro. Like it feels like he's a ticking time bomb as soon as he's on screen, bro. This is a perfect Batman film, bro. I love this film. So this is going S tier. The Batman is the best Batman movie of all time. I don't care what anyone says. Let me know what you guys think of my list. As always, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.